All right, awesome. And we are officially live. Well, technically, we were officially live a few minutes ago, but now they can see us. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So glad to be here on this. Wow, today's Friday. The days and time just like blur together at this point, right? What day is it? Does it even matter anymore? I don't know.
I'm telling you, I feel Friday though. Like I feel like tomorrow, my wife doesn't have to work
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
like I won't have this feeling that I have to answer emails. So
Okay.
I'm pretty stoked for it.
I guess, yeah, you're right. I guess Fridays do still exist, even during a pandemic. Awesome.
And yeah, the slog of of a week I don't think goes away. But it does feel like it's been the same month for, you know,
Yeah,
2 months. I don't remember anything past February.
that's hilarious. And yeah, Jake, first of all, thanks for joining us, Jake. Jake Dawkins in the chat, y'all. And yeah, so he said, he's looking forward to weekends more in quarantine than he did before, too. And I guess that's true because it's like, work is hard enough, and then you add all the other stress that's in stuff that's associated with our current situation, and it's like, yeah, it's nice to only have to deal with the pandemic and not also like trying to maintain and work a job. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so I guess real quick, let me just do some brief introductions here and get it going. So it's funny because I saw oh, what's up chart. I think you meant chat, but I would like to see a what's up chart. I'm very curious to know what that is. It smells like up. It smells like up dog in here. Lina Lou, hello. Thank you for joining us. We are so
Oh
glad to have you.
yeah, she's so I gotta give a shout out to Linda because Linda is the best, super awesome at everything, and big influence on my life and career. So thanks, Linda, for joining and supporting.
Yes, that is awesome. Wow, thank you so much. Woohoo! No pressure. Okay, cool. So let me get into these introductions. I'm Kurt Kemple. I am a dev advocate at Apollo, and this show is called Mission Briefing, where we like to have people come on and show us how to do really awesome stuff. And today, that really awesome thing is serverless GraphQL with Begin. And here to show us that is Paul Chin Jr. And yeah, I guess, do you have anything you want to add to that, or you want to tell us a little bit about Begin? I've got the website up, but yeah, I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, and thanks for everybody that's watching live right now and in the future. It's really special to have people like take time out to learn something new and to check out something new. It's hard to do new stuff. So hopefully this next few minutes to an hour will help out.
Yeah,
And my name is Paul Chin Jr. I'm head of developer relations at begin.com. It's a pretty cool
nice.
title,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
really I help people like debug a lot of their apps, try to get it up and on a platform. So like, what is Begin? We could just jump right into it and have I'll just walk Kurt through making this GraphQL thing. So Kurt, I do have
Yeah.
to be honest up front though, like I don't really know how resolvers actually work. So when we get to
Yeah.
that point, I'll be like, "Hey Kurt, you gotta write this thing," and I can take care of the other side.
It's awesome. I feel like this is awesome. I'm gonna get to learn some serverless stuff with Begin, and I'm really curious about Arc and Arc files. And then, sorry, no one knows what I'm talking about, but that's like something that I'm sure we'll get into. And yeah, I'm happy to help out on the GraphQL side. So basically, this is just like a trade of information. I love it.
Okay, cool. So you're on the Begin site, which is the best place to start at begin.com. And
Okay.
let's go ahead and create an account, which is super easy because do you already have a GitHub account?
Yeah, and I've already created an account, so I'm just gonna go to
Okay, so you can log in.
login if that's cool. Yeah.
Go for it.
And it'll probably just like auto log me in because I just logged out. Boom. And so I have already like run a starter just to like check it out and get there. I haven't done anything with this. But yeah, so here we are. So what's the dilly? Yo,
So
walk me through this.
yeah, so begin is serverless CI/CD. We hook up deployments directly to your GitHub repo. So whenever you create a new app on begin, it creates a GitHub repo, or you can import an existing one. Once that's done, every push to master gets sent to staging. Like it's just that simple. Um,
Okay.
and really, it's like you've got the begin Apollo GraphQL. That was a starter template that we created. So if somebody wanted to come in, um, you sign up with GitHub, and then you hit create new app, and you'll actually see a screen where you can just click one button, and it'll set up an entire app for you
Oh
in
wow.
like a few minutes,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
in a few seconds actually. So if you just click on Apollo, I'll show the super fast way, and then we can actually go through it so
Right.
people see how it works.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, right here, all you're gonna do is give it a name, and what begin does is create a repo on your behalf, and it's public by default, but you can always make it private.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so what's happening now is we're going to our example repos, copying it, and setting up all of the hooks so that it's watching for pushes to master.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's done, it goes straight on to staging.
Oh
And
wow.
this is all live AWS infrastructure. And you don't need an AWS account. You don't have to put in your credit card. All you need is a GitHub account, and you can start using AWS resources like Lambda, DynamoDB. Um, we just added events this
Okay.
week, which is super awesome,
Yeah.
because it goes hand in hand with the Lambdas, right? For folks that aren't familiar with serverless, all it means is Amazon or some other cloud provider like Microsoft or Google is handling all of the web server configurations. You just write some function code.
Got it.
So see where it says like it's already done?
Yeah.
You could click on the staging link, and you're
Oh, look at
live.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's really cool. And that's really dope. And real quick, I just wanted to interject. Jay, sure, thank you for the follow. I saw that pop in there. And yeah, so this is amazing. So yeah, and this is what I did. I just set it up. I didn't have to do anything. And I had to change the name of the repo because I had already done this. So I had to, that's why I changed the name. Yeah, but yeah, this is super easy. And now we're already spun up. So I guess my question would be is like, can I get to graphical from this and stuff like that? So that's like the playground that comes with the server. I think we lost your audio. I'm not hearing you.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello?
Hey,
Okay.
there, that was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I don't
back.
know. I can get so if you want to get to the playground, I don't think this example has the play. Try slash playground and see if it
And we could always go look at the code. Like it might not be turned on. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, so it's rerouting me to the so the configuration probably is like send all URLs to the single page app,
So
I would imagine.
I was thinking there's a couple of ways we could do this to show it off. We have a guide on the website at our docs. We've
Uh-huh.
got two GraphQL guides. One
I love
will set up
docs.
playground. And then the other one, we have a site that's just for learning about serverless patterns. So if you go to learn.begin.com, or you click on that learn link,
Ooh, I like this.
this is really cool. We worked to put together common patterns so that folks can become more familiar with serverless.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a transition if you're not used to just writing straight functions, or used to how stateless functions kind of feel, right? It has its own feel. Like we're not setting up an entire like Express server or wrapping it in any kind of web framework. It already knows, the lambdas already know how to accept HTTP requests.
Got it.
Um, on our end at Begin, We set up the API gateway for you. We set up space in Lambdas for you. We set up a DynamoDB table for you. Um, and like developers just get to use the abstractions that we create,
Got
which
it.
is really, really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm like looking here and I see. So what they're doing is essentially they're starting from scratch, or we are in this case. And then yeah, so we create this .arc file. So tell me a bit more about this. Like this is, I would imagine, the configuration file. This is what's going to get read, and from there it's going to know what infrastructure to spin up, etc. Is this, am I on track?
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly it, man. So if you go to arc.codes, it's I'll start there.
Arc.codes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Very cool.
So, story time. Who loves a good
Ooh,
story?
I do. I know I do.
Um, so Begin didn't set out to make a serverless CI/CD platform. Begin originally set out to build a product, and it was doing like Slack bot integrations and a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
And what happened was Lambdas came out and AWS came out, and Brian LaRue, who's our CTO, he has done a lot of different deployments of different, software things in the past, and he was just tired of load balancing, sharding databases, and all that
Oh
stuff. So he
yeah.
got into serverless super early.
Yeah.
And when you're kind of wrestling with new things, it's hard not to try to make a tool to make your life easier, right? Like
Oh,
that's all we want to
absolutely.
do. We just make it easier. So they ended up creating an open source framework for serverless, and it's called Architect. And this part here is what we build Begin with. So it's
Ah.
this very meta situation where the core of how everything works is just interacting with AWS and by using Architect.
Got
So
it.
you're going to want to make sure that you've got this architect installed globally, so you can call it from the CLI.
Got it.
And then all this does is turn the manifest.arc file into CloudFormation. So for folks
Ah.
that are not familiar with the AWS cloud, CloudFormation is a way to provision resources in the whole infrastructure as code way,
Yep.
right? Where we want to have a declarative way to say, like, I need these endpoints, I need these tables, I need these event queues. And that way, developers can keep working and know that their infrastructure in the cloud is going to be the same no matter what, right? It's the same kind of thing that's done by like Terraform, or even CloudFormation itself is infrastructure as code, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what Architect does is let you just write one single arc file. It's not YAML. You can write YAML now and JSON now to fit in with other workflows.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
and this is, again, totally open source. It's backed and hosted by the OpenJS Foundation. So they help govern it. And we're always looking for contributors and PRs, people to help out with the docs. We're
Oh,
currently rewriting all of the docs into like a brand new version.
so is this,
Um,
are you looking for contributors for Architect, for OpenJS? I missed that. Which,
Architect, yeah. So
oh, okay.
OpenJS is the foundation
That's
that
backing it?
other projects go into.
Oh, got it,
Like
got it.
I think Bower is in there. Grunt. I think Grunt is in there
Oh,
with
Grunt.
us. So
Now there's a name I haven't
what that
heard in a
does is
long time.
you got to make sure. But you know what? Someone's gonna make sure that it still works.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to break the web as we create new stuff. Um, and so yeah, this is all open source. So one of the things that's really cool about Begin is it's a way for folks who haven't done any cloud development or serverless development, a way to do it without having to like go through AWS consoles
Yeah.
or signing up for
Okay.
an AWS account. So yeah, if you take a look at the arc file, actually we don't actually have it yet. Why don't we go ahead
Yeah, well, I'm
and
looking at one
spin one
right
up?
here. We can go spin one up. Let's go spin one up, I guess. But
Yeah,
I
it's more
mean,
fun to go do it.
yeah, it is. All right, so let's jump to VS Code.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So,
I am in a just like an empty project. There's nothing in it.
oh,
You
I'm in the
follow me.
project you shared with me. So until you create a
Yep.
file, I can't follow you. You're gonna have to
Okay,
create a
I gotcha,
file.
gotcha. So what can you make the file? Can you run? Have you already installed Architect globally?
Oh, no, I haven't. So in order to do that, I think I'm in your terminal. So it's whatever you'll have.
So if I type, oh,
Yeah,
I
right? Because we're
forgot.
in your
This is
VS
how this
Code.
works.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is cool
So,
as hell.
yeah,
All right,
so
so I'm gonna
quick
type.
catch up. Hang on one sec. I just want to catch everyone up. So we're using VS Code Live Share. So what we're actually seeing is Paul's VS Code. And we're just going to kind of follow along and dive in and help out. We're needed on the GraphQL front, but he's going to drive for all of the begin and serverless stuff.
Yeah. So if you see here, I'm gonna type arc version
Yeah.
just to make sure that we can see. Like I've got Architect, our open source serverless framework installed globally, and it goes everywhere. So we can now just run arc init, and that gives us a super minimal serverless app.
Okay.
Um, the way that I think if you explode the source folder, all right, so everything sort of sits in this source folder, and let's see, yep. So we've got one Lambda function. So if you click on the arc file,
Sorry, I'm just going to blow this up. That was looking a little small. Okay. So if I click on arc, here we go.
right, there you go. All right, so this is your manifest. This is your app at like a 10,000 foot level.
Okay.
So we have an app name, at app, and then we have at HTTP, which means that this is where you define your HTTP routes and your HTTP functions.
Got it. So
So
it
just
looks like it
imagine that
named our app init. Is that accurate for now? Technically, it's
it
called
did.
init.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could rename it now if you wanted to.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay. Now what do
Cool.
we do?
All right, so now we're looking at our HTTP and we're looking at our GET. Great.
Okay.
Um,
That makes sense.
and those commented outlines with the hash symbol in front of it, that's where people can configure
Ah.
this to send to their own AWS, but we don't need that right now. We can just delete that.
Okay. I got it. But if I wanted to host this onto my own infrastructure, I would put all that pertinent information here.
Yep.
Love it. Oh, and it even
Yeah.
asks which profile, and then that's stored on your machine, and so like you can figure out from there where to deploy to and all that fun jazz. Is that kind of the?
Exactly. So you could deploy to your own AWS and configure the AWS CLI. For begin, you actually don't even need to do that because we're going to listen on the Git repo.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't Git initted in this thing yet, so we could probably go ahead and do that and hook it up. Um, why don't we go ahead and do that? So go. Let me go ahead and Git init. And will this?
Let's see. So let
Did
me
it take?
scroll. Hang on. Yeah, but
Mhm.
again, yeah. So we're in. So this is gonna create. This is all happening on your computer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
So happy birthday to someone to this repo. Happy birthday to the repo. All right. So now what you're gonna do is go ahead and we need to get this up onto a GitHub that's connected to your begin account since we're going to deploy it to your begin account. So if you go, let's see, how do I get this?
That's a good question. So now we've hit. Well, Wait, it's somebody's birthday today?
It's somebody's birthday. Oh my God, we have to
Yeah,
take
pound pancakes.
just like a minute to go to sing happy birthday.
Whose birthday is? Yeah, but it's yes, Uncanny Valley. Yeah.
Oh,
Um. Oh, you
let me
want a happy
sing
birthday? You want us to sing it? You want to do it? You want to sing happy birthday?
happy birthday. I pone pancakes.
That's
Do
it.
you pronounce it pone or just own?
Or pawn. I
Is it
pawn
pone or
pancakes.
I pone
It's
pancakes?
everyone's birthday today. Happy birthday to all of
May
you.
May the 1st. It's gonna be May.
There you go.
Pone.
There you go. I
Okay.
poen. Oh, I got it. I poen pancakes. Nice. That's amazing.
Yes. So, happy birthday to everybody whose birthday also coincides with the 1st of May, for
Yeah.
sure. All right, I just figured out what would be the easiest way to do this on stream, Kurt.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All right. You're gonna go back to the begin window, the console.
Okay.
So switch out of VS Code.
And I'm in
Because what
begin.
we did was start a workflow that was like local, and then you would push it up to Git, and then associate that existing repo with the new one.
Yeah.
And when there's two people remotely, this is a little clunky. So what you're going to do is click on apps, and we're going to start with a minimal app and just build it up from there.
Okay.
So what it will do is make a new app, and then you can share. You're going to pull it down, and then you'll share back with me instead.
Oh, so well, I'll
And
just
then
use my VS Code. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so
that's
but now here's my question. We haven't done very much, so instead what I'm going to do is just wipe out, close VS Code, send you a new link, and we'll just do like a freshy project. We'll just do it all from there, right? Because you didn't do anything but Arc and Knit yet. Is that correct?
correct. Correct.
All right.
Correct.
VS Code is jumping, so I'm assuming that you've already stopped that share. Yo, Greco
Yep.
Nibras, thank you for the follow. All right, so let's see. Um, it's probably Greco. I'm not good at doing that. All right, I think I just quit something. Thank God. No. Okay. So this is done. Okay. Okay.
I just stopped my
That's
my VS
perfect.
Code on my side.
Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know why that always opens to Spotify, but it bothers the crap out of me. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna create a new project. So CD
No.
projects.
So we're gonna start on the begin side in the console.
Okay, you want to do it that way? I was just gonna recreate what you just did and just do Arc and Knit, but let's do it from here. So new
Yeah.
app.
New app. And instead of using the fully baked one, go down and it'll say minimal.
Got it.
Yep.
All right,
And this will do.
that's fine.
So we can call that mission briefing.
All right. Does it matter like how I write?
Going to see it'll make a new repo at this address.
Oh, got it. But yeah, that should be fine. I don't think I have another one called that, so it should work.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Check if you already have one called that, then it'll be like rename it.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
go to this repo,
Oh yeah.
and as soon as it's done getting everything,
Well, I could just clone it and pull it, right?
yep, that too. And what this will be more like running against live infra, and we can also do local dev, and I'll show you how to do that with our sandbox. Because what we try to do is, have all the tools from beginning to end, so that people can iterate quickly when they're building projects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Boom. Okay, so we open this. Now I will bring up a new terminal. We're on master. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got the latest. Start some.
Pulling, see if you get the ARC file and everything.
I will. I will check that. So I'm just starting up live share real quick, and I'm gonna share that with you. Boom. There you go. So I've shared that link with you. Let's go take a look at our files. So right now we only have a README. There we go.
So,
There we go.
all right, here we go. Check it out.
We are
So
live.
let's look at the ARC file. So this has got even less, right? Like, so what all this has is a static file that's being served by S3. So if you look at the public folder, yeah, there's one index HTML, and that's it. It's what we do is hook it up and put it in an S3 bucket, put a URL on it from begin, and that's a static site. Like it's super cool.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is really cool. And so for at static, does it just automatically default to public? And by putting at static, are we saying we want an S3 bucket? Is that
That's correct.
so?
And
And then I could also just do this, which would be the exact same thing if I could type. There we go.
you would write folder public
Folder.
or
So,
space public. So if you have some sort of build step and it outputs to like a dist folder instead of a public folder, you
hmm
would define a static pragma. It's what we call those little at things. It's like a pragma.
Okay.
You would type folder and then space and then dist,
Okay. And
and
so
it
now,
would thing in the dist folder into a bucket.
okay, what happens if I do this?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I think it'll grab both
Or do you
and
have
put
to
them in.
do like this?
So no, you don't. You wouldn't make a second one. I'd have to look to see how it would actually do that. I normally just have one,
One. Yeah.
but I think you can do multiple ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's really only one way to find out, but we don't need it for our demonstration purposes, right? So let's just, we'll punt on that until later. But later we
So
can
now
see
what
if we
we're
can
gonna
break
do
it.
is let's define an HTTP route. So if you um, do at HTTP, and then you're gonna give it, yeah, get, post, put. You're gonna do get, say get GraphQL. No, get playground. I think what we need.
No, it's the same URL, so it would be get GraphQL and post GraphQL, and that should
That's
give us essentially what we'll need. We'll be able to then post to the GraphQL, which would be for our actual operations, and get from that URL, and that should return us playground. I believe is how it works.
cool. So what you can do now, so we're just gonna go ahead and work locally, right?
Mm-hmm,
Go
mm-hmm.
ahead and I need to share me the live link so I can jump into it.
I already did. It should be in your Skype. And I'm
Oh,
going to install Architect. Do I need to do that?
just npm install, and the package JSON should grab what we need.
Can I use
Yeah.
Yarn? Does it matter?
I don't use Yarn, so let's
We're
try
gonna
it.
we're gonna find out. I mean, I imagine it will work the same, unless there's like something very specific. Okay, so now Clar. I've run that, and let me share this terminal with you. I'm gonna share everything with you. Gosh, I love live share. Um,
I didn't see the live share link from you. Where was it?
in
In Skype?
Skype, yeah, in Skype.
I've only got the last one I see. Can you drop it to me again,
Sure.
please? Pretty please. Let me in. Let me in.
There you go. I just shared it again in Skype chat.
Why can't I see it?
Is your chat window open?
It is, but
That's
for
weird.
some reason here.
Let me try again. I mean, I see you typing test.
Yes, I don't see a link from you.
Do you see hey?
No, I don't.
What?
So weird.
That is weird. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah. Just DM it to me.
So, but I don't want to broadcast the link. So let me do this real quick. Boop. I mean, not that we don't trust you all in the stream. Um, but here we go. We could do a mob programming session. I should do that one day. Just drop a link right in the stream.
Oh my God, that would be.
That'd be
How
fun.
many people can join?
That's a good
How many
question.
people can join at one time? I'm gonna look that up while you get the link going.
I sent you the link in Twitter. I really hope that you can see that because otherwise I'm at a loss as to what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
All right.
Yes, I got it in Twitter.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Open live share for VS Code. Good, good, good. We're back on track, my friend.
All right. Jake says that we should definitely not trust him. And yeah, fair. Fair, Jake. All right, so I'm going to share this server, wait, I want to share it and it is read write already. Cool. So you can use the terminal, and you can now update any files, and now I'm following you. So you're in the ARC file. If you go to other files, I'll be able to follow you around.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now it's hands off. I'm just gonna sit here and relax. Oh, we got a praise cage in the chat.
Praise Cage, that's right. For anyone who's not familiar, Nicolas Cage, he is the greatest actor alive right now. And when I'm not being a serverless advocate for Begin, I am a prophet of the one true Nicolas Cage. All of my tech talks are about Nicolas Cage, and I've got one on the serverless conf. If you go to my Twitter at Paul Chin Jr. and you look at the pinned tweet, it's a 5-minute lightning talk for serverless WebSockets, where I do a live demo at Serverless Conf New York City that involves serverless WebSockets, and I like it. It involves Nicolas Cage, and it's fun.
Awesome. And as a matter of fact, if you look down in the panels below, if you're on the Twitch channel, there's a link to his Twitter profile in the streamers panel. Booyah.
Nice. All right. Yes. So the hashtag is PraiseCage, hashtag PraiseCage. And the entire ethos behind it is so I want people to try out and learn new things by doing really ridiculous stuff, like an AI bot that only recognizes Nicolas Cage, or a serverless WebSocket that lets you control Nicolas Cage's head with your phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Kind of stuff. All right, so I'm in your VS Code now. We're going to try to... Wow, I've even got your fancy terminal. It's like all so colorful. I'm not even used to this.
Oh, it brought in my my syntax? That's interesting. So I use ZSH, and this is the spaceship theme. Oh, I was going to do @uses, but I don't have that set up because this is the Apollo channel. So let me do this, though. Worst.dev/uses. For anyone who's interested in the setup. There you go.
Lock. I can't see. Can you see if you have a node modules folder? Because I can't remember if the yarn.
I do. So
okay.
There you go. There's
cool.
I hit refresh. You could probably see it.
We
now.
should be able. We should be able to run npm start, which is just a simple start script that brings up one of our architect modules called Sandbox. Sandbox is a full local development server that emulates all of the different parts of AWS and your application right now. So you've got that link to localhost. You can click on it, and we can see what sort of damage we've done so far.
Woo woo! I love damage. Yep. Cool. And I have shared this with you, so you can open localhost 3333 on your browser and see what I'm doing on my computer.
Oh my goodness.
I know. VS Code Live Share is so neat. So neat. Yeah, awesome. This is cool. Howdy beginner. And this is exactly what we saw in public index.html. And this is really trippy. That was very simple.
Yep. So so this is now a local version of everything. And let me look at the ARC. Let's see. I can't.
Oh, you're not able to see something?
Yeah, when I click on the ARC file, all I see is a live share welcome page.
That's weird.
Unable to open, unable to read file.
Oh, it says you left the session.
Oh, weird. Let me try.
Yeah, try. Yeah, something weird happened there. Not cool. Not cool. I hope you come back to the session. I was having fun.
How do I rejoin? I guess I'll click on the
link
again.
Click the link again. Yeah, just click the link again.
I wasn't expecting to be
booted out. I booted you out. I've had enough. I've had enough of this.
I guess I'm done here, folks.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Oh man, what is happening? Do I have to follow you?
Well, you don't have to follow me. You should be able to
All right.
open Arc. Can you see
I'm
the Arc
gonna
file now?
I'm gonna quit my VS Code and try this
Yeah,
one time.
that might, yeah. Sometimes it gets really weird and you have to restart VS Code.
I'm not complaining though. Like,
Oh, no, this is still
dude,
way
like
better than most
this
other
is
options.
so cool. Like being able
Yeah,
to send little bits of thing out
yeah.
uh like 4 miles down the road. What's really hilarious while this thing
It
is
is
loading
really
up,
hilarious.
um, what is really hilarious is that Kurt is actually geographically closer to me than most folks, and
That would think we're
never
what,
had a
20 minutes away? 20
yeah,
minutes? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
All
so
right,
funny.
my VS Code just crashed.
It said you joined and then left.
I tried to join it, and then the whole thing crashed.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I've never had issues with this before. So I killed the session and I'm going to restart a new one. Uh, I'm just going to invite you. Did that work?
Let me open VS Code again. Maybe file
Uh,
overflow, file enumerator crash. Oh my god.
that's fun. Okay. Well, it says you're offline.
Let's
Do you have VS Code open?
yes.
All right. I'll start a new session. So
Okay.
we'll start all the way over. Start collaboration session. Copy new link to keyboard. Oh, I think I closed that Twitter window I had open. Ugh. I've never had issues with VS Code Live Share before, so sometimes it happens. We'll get through. We will persevere. All right, let me go back.
I hope folks on the stream have gotten to see something interesting so far, at least as we're hooking all this stuff up. But once we get this rolling,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna.
already impressed. So if they're not, that's on them. So that's all I'm saying.
Uh, all right. Did you drop me a new link?
Yeah, it should be in Twitter though, because I don't
Let's
trust
do
Skype
this.
anymore.
Please let me in. Let me in. Let me in. All right. I clicked on it. It opened a new VS Code, and
Okay, good.
now loading file tree.
Okay, good.
I think we got it.
All
All right.
right, and then
Joining collab session opening. Joined.
oh,
And I'm
okay.
here. I'm here.
Praise Cage.
Break cage.
All right, cool. So you're in. You're in, you're here. Oh, that's how you do comments in ARC files too, which I guess we kind of covered earlier with the AWS stuff. But yeah, neat.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look here in if I go, can you share the terminal?
Yeah, so let me reshare it because it's a new session. So oops, I'm gonna reshare everything. So first, let me share this server again. Localhost 1, 2, 3, 4, but I gotta put HTTP. Oops, S. Nope, it's local. Yep, okay, that's shared. Sharing terminal now. Make read write, and I'm going to open up another terminal because our app's running in that one, and I'll make this one
Okay.
read write. Cool, so now you can use terminal 1 or terminal 2. Terminal 1 is running the app, and now I'm also following you, so we should be good here.
So what we're gonna do is let's open up our file. All right, so we need a get and we need a post function.
Oh, right,
Um,
right. So we do that in HTTP folder, correct?
right. So if you go to source,
Uh-huh.
no, Arcanit should have made a new. It scaffolds it.
Oh, that's cool. So because we're running Arc. Oh my God, it says you left the collaboration session.
It
Is
just
your
kicked me out again. All right, all right. This is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna tell you what
How
to
about,
type.
yeah, I'll drive, you navigate, you can see my screen already anyway, so we'll take it from there.
All right, so
Pull it.
let's look. at which ones? I think maybe we do the post first and get Apollo server in there.
Okay, so yeah, so that's fine. That sounds good to me. So right now what we're returning is this body. So I guess if we went and looked first, we would just see this is your function. Get
Yes.
started by editing this file. So we can get rid of this, it would
Yeah, we
seem.
can get rid of that. So for those who are familiar, this is just a Lambda function. So if you've done Lambdas before, great. If you haven't, it is a single function that accepts a request object and returns a thing like it's over the internet.
Yeah.
It's not much more than that.
It's
You
not
don't
much
have
more than
to.
that.
It's not much more than that. You don't have to set up any other dependencies outside of that. So let's go ahead and pull in the Apollo server. So to do it inside of a Lambda, there's actually an Apollo server Lambda package that we need to bring in.
Oh yeah. So I'm just going to the doc so that everyone can kind of follow along. And I don't know why that says Gatsby focus wrapper.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna need both Apollo server, Lambda, and GraphQL
yeah.
inside of this function. So what's really interesting is the functions themselves are self-contained, right? Like all of its dependencies and everything that it needs are inside of that one HTTP function folder. So inside of you need to cd into the PostgreSQL. Exactly. CD into the
Oh,
PostgreSQL.
HTTP. There we
Yeah,
go.
so it's
Post.
HTTP PostgreSQL.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then npm install those things.
Doing so now. I was gonna use yarn, but I don't know what'll happen. So I'm gonna use npm.
So I'm ignorant of Yarn. I didn't really get on the Yarn bandwagon because npm sort of updated itself to do the things that Yarn was doing.
Yeah, I'm just still on the yarn train. I've been on it for so long, I can't get off. It's just the train won't stop, you know. All right, so we've got those installed. So let's jump back to the docs. Docs. Gotta love it. Oh, cool. So then this is like our most simplest form. So let's just copy all of this out. Boom. Let's go here. Oh, wait, we're going to want to do this above this. So let's take this. Boom. Command B. And so now we have our server. And I believe we do like exports.handler equals.
So we've got to put the server code inside of the handler.
Well, I think we could do the server
Or we could
create
do-
handler.
Yes, exports.handler equals some function.
Yeah, I want to say it's this. Boom. I think it's that. I think that's it.
Server.createHandler. Scroll up. I
think this is it. We could test it. There's one way to find
just
out.
try it. Yeah, so if you type in npm start, and then we can try to hit the post GraphQL thing and see what happens.
So we're already running. Do I need to restart?
Yes. For this one, yeah. Because I think we've installed some dependencies.
Right. I don't know, man. It says it's ready already.
Okay. All right. Click on it. See what happens.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I already have it open, I believe. Here we go. And so now here, but it would be a post. We haven't done anything for get, but it would be like GraphQL.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's returning that one.
Well, that's the get.
Function.
For the
That's
get.
the get.
Let's do this. I can do
Build
post from like Postman or something.
Yeah.
Or we could bring in. Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
It's literally the same code. So what if we just say Command AC? Oh. All right. This raises a really good question. I want to access the same schema in GraphQL server from both functions. I get that the npm installs are unique to each one. Uh, is it still possible to share code between them, like my type definitions and my resolvers? Does that make sense?
Yes. So we have what you do is you make a shared folder. Let me look up exactly how to do that. So inside of Architect, any folder that goes into source shared instead of HTTP can be will be uploaded up inside the Lambda, up inside every Lambda um, that's calling it.
So
So
anything under HTTP is available to both?
inside of shared, right? Let me get the
Oh,
exact
take
folder
me to the
structure.
docs. Take me to the docs.
Yes. Where are the shared
And if you
folders?
find it, if you could link that doc into um, the chat, that'd be awesome. So Andreas into 81 is saying, mind the typo in GraphQL folder and
Ooh,
endpoint name. Oh, thank you. Okay. So I misspelled GraphQL. So now what's going to happen? I have to rename this to match, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. And then that should be fine. Okay.
Okay. So, okay. The way it goes, to make a shared to share code with between the lambdas. So it doesn't it we call it in Architect share a shared folder. So under source you would make a new folder called shared, and
Uh,
isn't defined in the arc file. This is because it has
just
nothing to do with the infrastructure. It's just how the code is organized. So if you put new folder and you type in shared,
boom.
all right. So now everything that you make here, you can then require into your other folders, and when it
Got it.
deploys, it will get bundled up with the other lambdas
Okay.
and
So,
put in.
all right.
So you don't
So,
have to write the same code in both lambdas.
got
If
it.
that makes sense.
It does make sense. My last question on this is we're pulling in Apollo server Lambda, and like in order to define the type defs, well, I guess we could just include the string, but like we would ideally want to use GQL in the shared folder. How would we do
Right. So
that?
you can you can put the file in there and then require it in. Right. Like you'd give it a path to that file,
Okay, and
or you
then
or you can
GQL would be available, is what you're saying? Like it would because it runtime. Okay, okay, all right,
these are at runtime.
got it.
So imagine shared is the same code that gets copied into each um
I got it.
like,
Yeah.
and that should work.
All right, so let's try it. I mean, we're gonna
I have
find
to
out.
double check my Apollo GraphQL guide
Yeah. Oh, don't.
documentation. We could always look in there to cheat. Um, because on the Learn site we have a GraphQL example that includes the schema and all that, but it doesn't use the Apollo server bits. It
Got
uses
it.
GraphQL-tools to make a schema on the fly. So, but we could put the schema, yeah, yeah. So, however you normally require the schema, we can call it from the shared folder. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna try this. So I could go like this. We'll try this. Okay. So that will give us what we need there, and then from here we just need the server, and so then we can say const um, type defs resolvers equal require, and then this will be oops up shared. Cool. So that should get us back to parity. So now what we can do is copy this into here. save that. And now we should have what we want. Server on both. What do you think?
Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try it. Okay. So this is still running. So will it update? Like, is it hot reloading?
It does. It does. Yes, it does. It does. So we should be able to, when you change your function code, it's going to hit the newest. It's going to hit whatever's there. That's what's interesting about it, because the.
Got you. I'm pretty sure I have 2 Chromes open now. Oh, I have like 5 Chromes open now.
Create handler. Look.
All right. Which one is this? Goodbye. 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 Where's the local app? Yo, I could have swore I had this thing running somewhere. Local host. Let's try this. Oh, export, because you can't do that because this is Node. So, right. Okay. But it seems like that's working. So that's good.
Well, it gave us a useful error. So
yeah, exactly. You can't do this. Yeah, because this is not correct.
I see. You gotta, yeah.
Yep.
Type def.
There we go.
Cool.
So let's try this again.
Cool.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
You want to required arc shared stuff like this. Const foo equals require architect shared index. Is that true? Like the way I'm requiring it is bad? Can you see that in the chat?
I do see that. You want to required arc.
So they're basically saying the require I have is pointing up to shared by traversing the tree, and you don't want to do that. You want to do at architect shared index. So what they're saying is that my imports here might be working locally, but might not work when deployed because that's not. It's another way to do it. I think using a relative path might not work in production. Right.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right.
Use at architect / shared. Thanks, KJ. KJ is one of our devs, actually.
Oh, awesome.
He's the one who makes everything look so good. I have no idea how to make anything look good, and so I'm like super stoked whenever he's like cranking out stuff. We have one of the newest things that we just did is released a data view. So every begin app comes with the ability to use DynamoDB tables. And a long time, for a while, the users were asking us to like give them a view into their actual data, and KJ built all that out.
Nice.
And so now whenever there's actual data inside of their DynamoDB table, they'll be able to see it in the console. Cannot find module architect.
Did I spell that wrong? Am I spelling architect wrong?
Share it. Architect.
Shared index maybe I have to do?
It should grab the whole.
We'll see.
Folder.
Just trying things now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Oh, maybe that was. Yeah, I mean it seems to be working now.
What did it yell at you for now?
Nothing. Now it seems to be fine. Let's go try it.
So what should we be seeing?
Oh yeah, no. It says that you can't do that.
Let me double check.
But it worked locally. So maybe it's just you have to require differently between local? Nah. Maybe I need to restart it. Am I spelling architect correctly? Because I'm a terrible speller.
That looks right.
Maybe I need to restart this thing? YOLO.
Try restarting the sandbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, now there's no errors. So let's go see. Nope, still says no architecture. Interesting. So from get GraphQL index. Yes, which is the one. This one. But shared works. Which is really wild. And that's probably because it's on the local. Is it different between local and production? Maybe?
Shouldn't be. All right, so require architect shared constants. We need to.
Oh, name it something other than index.js. Let me try that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, let's see. So let's rename this utils. Boom. All right, we'll do at. Oh, are you typing and I'm typing? No, you're not even
No,
in
I'm not
here
typing.
anymore. Yeah, you're not even in
I'm not
there.
in the thing anymore.
My mouse must have got stuck like it does. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Okay, at architect shared utils. Let's try
Yeah.
that. Let's try that. Oh, it's already there. No, it's not.
Utils. What is going on?
Got me, yo. Got me.
Architect shared. What's the
Maybe restart one more
shared
time.
constants? .js utils.js.
Oh, maybe this is failing because I didn't update this yet, and it's posting under the hood. Just make it the same in both. Restart the sandbox. Like, okay. Restarting sandbox now. Dun, 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 dun. No, we still getting that. So here's what we can do.
Find.
I'm going to punt on that for now. We're working locally, so maybe we can figure it out. But for now, I'm going to go back to the way that it was working so that we can like chug along with this just for a little bit.
Yeah, if we include all those type defs directly in that one function. Right?
What's up?
Include it directly locally.
Well, for now, I think locally we could just do dot dot shared. And then once we're ready to deploy, we'll come back, circle back to figuring out. But like right now, our API, I would just want to like test it out. So let's see. Boom. Unexpected token in JSON at position 0. See, that's interesting. What does that mean? Server cannot be reached. Did I not fix the other one? Because we didn't see that error before.
So
right?
it's trying to go. So if you look at back in the playground, it's trying to get that local GraphQL. Is that the right spot it needs to look at?
I would say yes. Yeah, that's the same thing that we're trying to post to. So I think it's something.
Does Playground just send post requests for you? Is that what that does?
Well, yeah, it's just like, have you ever used Postman or anything like that? Okay, so yeah, so essentially it's doing the same thing. So the issue is though, I'm not even sure that I'm setting up the server right. So hang on one second. Yeah, so I don't know what this unexpected token is. Let's go to, we're in PostgreSQL. So I'm not even 100% sure that this is correct.
Here, open up the guides, because we do it in the begin docs. Go to that begin docs webpage for the Apollo GraphQL guide, and it's got example code right there.
Boom.
Under docs.
Oh, under docs. Yikes. Yeah. I'm all over the place. Good. Okay, docs.
And then hit guides.
Guides.
Yep. And then there should be Apollo.
Look at that. Man, I should have started here.
Okay, so go down. Keep going. So this is the example that we actually deploy, but there's little bits of code in there that we can use.
Yeah.
To show the pattern. All right. So they've got everything in a single PostgreSQL, right? and then the public page is making a post request. Okay, so we can replace that with the playground, but if you keep going, there is, here we go. That's what I was trying to say. So he instead of requiring the type definitions and stuff, it's like all in one Bing.
Yeah, and
Body
so
parser.
yeah, and so here's the thing though. What I'm noticing is that well, number two, they brought in arc from architect functions. It seems like we need that. So we'll definitely bring that in. But it looks like they're calling from the client. And in the example app that we spun up, they had GraphQL running in the client and not the server. So that's interesting. So that might be, yeah, as an IDE, provision new route for GraphQL Playground. Oh no, get/playground. Okay, so they're doing get/playground. Okay, so let's just roll back. Let's roll back and fix these steps. So here we go. Number one, we're going to start with the arc file. It seems we don't need this, right? We don't need get GraphQL. So I'm going to get rid of this for now. I think we do a get playground, but I'm not even going to worry about that just yet. Let's save that. Let's stop this thing. Let's shut that down. We can get rid of this whole file or whole folder. We'll delete that. Yes. Goodbye. We'll take our shared code. We'll move this back into index, if I could get my mouse to work correctly. Okay, we'll get rid of this. We will get rid of shared. Okay, this will give us our post back. So this, now we're not done. We got to go jump back to the docs. And we got this part here.
Yeah, grab that, and then we can npm install architect functions. So functions is a runtime helper library. It has things like exposing async middleware feature. So like you can pass it a bunch of functions, and they'll run them in order and like keep on going.
All right.
There's the body parser and all that.
So I need to install this within the serverless function directory, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So you're gonna cd into post GraphQL.
All right, and then
you're already there. Yep.
Yeah. I had another sneaky window.
At architect/functions.
I'm learning so much today. This is so much fun.
This is great.
Yeah, all right, cool. So that's it. So now I need to go and, oh wait, just import it. But what does it come in as again? What do they have? Func? Oh, arc. Let arc.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. I think it could be there. I'm just going to change it to const. I guess aren't you supposed to use let now? Like, isn't like const bad apparently?
I mean, that is a debate for the ages.
Yeah.
I think it's up there with, is a hot dog a sandwich?
I don't even want to get into that right now.
I know, it's a tough one. I've been using both.
Hot dogs as sandwiches?
Yes. Hot dogs and sandwiches. I've had to get so weirdly creative with my cooking lately because I have getting to the grocery store as much. So I made I used like fish sticks, like frozen fish sticks inside of a taco shell, and be like, these are my Baja tacos now. It's still pretty delicious.
Yeah, that sounds delicious, not gonna lie.
All
right, so this playground is where you can test queries for your app. You can learn more about GraphQL Playground here. All right, well, we know a little bit about it, but yes, we want to give it a go. So we're going to find the HTTP pragma, and we're going to add a new line for get/playground.
There you go.
All right, so let's do this the proper way. And this will probably, reveal a lot for us. Okay.
All
So,
right, now we're back on track, I think.
yeah, I think we're getting back on track. Yeah. So boom, inside your project folder, get playground,
All right.
index.js. Hey, Dagonar, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we're going to navigate to this, and then we're going to add this. Wait, this is going inside of index.js?
Yeah. So this is the body like that we're returning from the Lambda. So
Oh,
you can
oh.
just take what I love about Lambdas is like everyone likes to get real fancy with their Lambdas, but really like you can just like give the Lambda like return these headers and then return this body, and then the internet will continue doing its thing and turn that uh, into a thing the browsers can read.
Got it.
So what we're gonna
Got
make
it.
sure we can do here.
Oh, I think I hit an error. Oh, GQL is not defined. Oops.
GQL.
Yeah, because I was using it in the other package, never brought it back to post. Okay. It is defined now. Your functions may have dependencies that could be...
Let
Oh, yeah.
me.
Where did my package JSON go? Huh.
Oh, did we didn't
I might have
npm
installed...
init inside of there, so it needs a package JSON
Oh,
inside of
duh.
your GraphQL function. You can npm init.
I
Uh,
thought that... Oh, I should have... You know what? I'm going to do this. NPM...
init, and then
dash yes, if this would
yeah.
quit. I've been having this issue lately. Look at this. It won't quit. There we go. All right. npm init dash y. Cool. And now I'm going to have to reinstall them because they're not going to be in the package JSON. So npm I at arc detect. I thought when you did npm install in a directory, if there wasn't a package JSON, it created one for you.
I no, actually, I think it just creates the node modules folder, but you
Okay,
didn't have yours node modules folder either. So
that's true. Oh, well, sometimes it doesn't show. Just because it wasn't there like then. Like sometimes I have to hit this refresh.
oh, I see.
Well, we'll see in a second. Yeah, there we go. So now I have a no modules. Now I've got everything. Now we should be good to go.
Node
So let's.
modules, cool.
We're cooking with fire. npm start.
I love it when you try something new and like you
Yeah.
really feel that sense of accomplishment once you're getting going, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
that probably
what
would have fixed shared as well. Like maybe not having like the npm file was messing everything up. Yo, thank you for the follow. All these follows rolling in today.
that's
We
right.
love it,
Bring it
and
in,
we
brains
love you.
cage.
That's
That's
it.
what I'm talking about. It's the power of Cage that's bringing all
It's
of this
being
to the stream.
it's being manifested.
That's
All right.
correct.
So now we're just gonna switch out the body with this body. So we're gonna go. I get it now.
Correct. Yeah.
I get it.
All the Lambda is doing is returning headers and a body, and so now we can dump in
Yeah.
the body text.
All right. So now this is what we want. Command C. We jump back here. Right down to the bottom. Going. Ayo. All right. So now we should be in there, and now we can say. But what's interesting to me is how do they know where to point to? Oh, endpoint / GraphQL because it's on the same host. Makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay. So now we change this to playground.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And
Okay.
Let's just. Oh, I hate that it puts this
Is
comment
it
in here.
is it
Working? We're gonna find out right now.
it looks good so far.
Oh, there we go. We run it.
Yay.
Look at that
Give
data.
yourselves a pat on the back, stream. We did it with
Oh
everyone's
yeah.
help all
Oh yeah.
together.
It's a team effort. It's a
That's right.
team effort. Okay, cool. So we did it. We've got this, and it works, right? So this is
Yeah.
our GraphQL API. So that works.
Yep.
Yeah. All
So
right.
why don't we tempt the fates and try deploying it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do. We should definitely
Yeah,
deploy it.
exactly.
Okay.
So get push, get
That's it? That's all I gotta do?
yeah, yeah. So watch it.
No.
'Cause it happens fast. Um, just add everything and then
All right.
get push.
All right. So I've got it
We'll
committed. I'm
follow
not gonna push
faster.
it just yet. I want to bring up the app. I want to watch it happen.
Yeah.
I like to
And
see it.
if the stream sticks around for us to put this into production, there will be a very cool uh, secret begin club only people who go push to production on begin only
What?
message.
Ooh, I can't wait. Oh man. All right. Anticipation. So now we've got this here, and we've got our staging. So mission briefing. So let's jump back here, and let's push it. You know I couldn't help myself. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah. So here we go. It's already kicking off our build. Oh wow, look at that! This is neat. Isn't that neat?
It is. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
stare
super
at this
neat.
thing all day long, and it's still good to me.
So
And so if you go down in the activity, go down for folks that are new to begin. And when you create a new begin app, it's actually gonna like kind of walk you through like how to use it.
yeah,
Right? Like
yeah.
it's gonna give you your endpoints that you need. It's gonna give you the link to the repo. You can go back and look at your builds, like your previous builds.
Yeah.
And now that should work. So now you can click on the staging link
Yeah, it's
uh,
already built and
in
deployed.
the corner.
Oh, I can click right on that. Okay, I was scrolling back down, but I can click on this.
And so now, hit refresh or
Oh,
go
yeah.
to GraphQL or get what do we call it? Playground?
Playground.
Yeah.
Oh, and there it is.
There
And
you
now
go.
we're
That's it.
talking to our staging API, right? And so now we can say hello, and we run it, boom, and we get hello world. Okay, this is neat. So now we
So
go back, and this is it. It's deploy to production time, right?
yeah, so you can click deploy to production. Hold
Yeah.
on to your hats, stream.
I have created this advanced feature. It has passed QA and it's
Yes.
ready to deploy. Yeah,
Yes.
hold on to your buckets.
All
Uh,
right.
version release.
Yep.
Release
You got
notes.
set bar and you got release notes. And for folks that love their terminal more, instead of coming back to the console, you can do git tagged releases.
Nice.
So it just
Qu-
works like that, like you'd expect. Ship it. Ship.
Hey, that was awesome. I love the gradients here too, FYI. I'm a big sucker for gradients, and
Yeah.
so I appreciate this.
I'm a big fan of all of our sort of like look and feel. It's really
Yeah,
bright and welcoming. One
it
of the
is.
things that it's called begin because we want folks to have a beginner's mindset, and no matter what you've done or how long you've done it, there's always something new to learn, and we want to make it as accessible and as friendly as possible. So
Yeah.
you can get back to just building fun stuff on the web, right? Like folks can try out begin, create a new weird little side
Whoa.
project. That is the CDN doing its thing.
Yeah. I just got there too quick. I got too excited and tried to go to that URL, but here we are. It's working. And so
Yep.
now we
So this
go
is a
to playground.
environment for production.
And now, oh, tacos. I love tacos.
Yeah, you got it. And now you
There we go.
have two totally separate environments. One staging that's automatically connected to master,
Yeah.
and then production that is totally separate, so that you can really track down releases and bug fixes, and know that
Nice.
it's gonna have some process in the way, right? Like, so
Yeah.
a lot of what we're doing is bringing easier to use tools for teams and developers to get stuff onto live infra faster.
Nice custom domain support right here. I'm seeing it's very easy. Events. Okay, so is this for like incoming events, like webhooks, something like that?
So this is what this does under the hood is subscribe to SNS topics.
Okay.
And the events are brand new for this. We just came out with them this week. We've got a blog post on blog.begin.com that has a
Okay.
link to an example app and a tutorial.
Why don't you drop
But
that link in the chat real quick, if you don't mind?
oh yeah, do that. Um, what it does is you can write a function and subscribe it to a topic,
Okay.
and then you can use our Arc functions helper to publish on that topic and subscribe other functions to it, all without looking up an ARN. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like, I never thought it would be so straightforward.
Okay.
Oh, you know, let's see, blog.begin. I'll drop a link to it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Andreas. Yeah, it does look like a very awesome platform. I have a couple questions, if you don't mind. We're coming up on about the hour and a half mark. We got like 10 minutes left. So number one, if anyone in the chat has any questions, please feel free to drop them now, and we'll try and get to those. But yeah, when you're ready, Paul, I would love to just ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, totally. Let's do it.
Okay.
Q&A time.
Yeah, so my first question is I have two environments, but let's say like I need another environment for something else. Is it possible to create something other than a staging or production?
Right now, these are the two that we have
Right.
on the free tier. If you have like a paid tier,
Mm-hmm.
you're on your own AWS,
Yeah.
and so you could set up another different branch
Cool.
for builds.
All right.
But
Yeah.
that's where we're at right now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's super
Do you
understandable.
typically need more than staging and production?
Not for
Like,
something like
that's a
this, but in yes, in a I could again, I'd be on a team plan, but yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite patterns is to deploy all PRs as their own environment so that they can be easily QA'd and stuff like that. And then after it passes and
okay.
gets merged, I like to break them down. Yeah, that's something that it's a pretty common use case. Yeah. So then I guess my next question is I want to jump back into the code. And I want to know like what is the minimal amount of stuff that I need to get started. So a couple things I'm noting here. Number one, we have this static, right? What if I don't want a static? What if I don't want anything but like one serverless function that you can post to for like accepting incoming webhooks or something?
You can get rid of that. Actually, the when you go to the index, it can just go straight to get playground. So I don't think we need that static there.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
double
just
let
asking.
me
Yeah, I'm
check the
not gonna
doc.
rip it out. Yeah, I was just curious because I'm always
Because
looking.
you can just um, deploy like one function.
Okay, yeah,
If
that's
all
what
you
I
need is
figured.
that one function, you can
Yeah.
deploy just that one function.
Yeah, and so like, and what I imagine is like, so like I have situations where I need, yeah, functions that just like handle one particular thing. And so I was just curious, like, could I do that? And honestly, the project would end up probably being multiple functions, like all of my single use case serverless functions. So that's cool. That's good to know that I can do that. That's something that I find important and a lot of other people often need. This is really cool. Let's see. Any other questions that I have? I saw how you add environment variables. One question for me is with the environment variables, do I, if I wanted to use them locally, like, do you just recommend using like .env or something like that, and then it would be the
We
same?
so what we have is a .arc-env file that gets loaded by the sandbox.
Got it. Got it.
Yep,
So
and
that's
it's
how you do
looking
that
for
locally, but then you put your environment variables here in the UI for actual staging and production.
correct,
Got it.
correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
We have a question from the chat. UT Karsh 867 is asking if there's any pricing specialties for like students. Their lead student developer, they lead a student developer community at their university, and it seems like it'd be easy for students to get started.
So this is a perfect platform for people to get started. We don't have a specific like student
The free
pricing
tier
tier,
will probably get you
but
what you need.
the free one gives you 10 apps, and you get a database with it. You get functions with it. There, you're on shared resources. We put some security stuff in there so that people don't go ham with it and build crypto mining rigs with our free tier. But it is pretty generous, and if you are running into problems, we also have a spectrum that I wanted to
Ooh, drop the
post a
link.
link to,
Yeah, drop a link.
because it has been a really great place for folks to like put the problems that they're having, and multiple folks from our team can jump in and answer questions.
Yeah,
But for the most part, like that need, yep, five. I feel like we upped the amount of apps recently, something,
still not
but
bad. Like,
but five is quite a bit.
yeah, yeah, especially for free. Yeah, so that's cool. Trying to think. I think that wraps up all my questions. So I guess the last thing is following up. Anything else you would want anyone to know about Begin? Anything interesting you got coming up that you might want to share? And then I think that yeah, that about sums it up.
Okay. Well, I would love for people to just sign up and try it out. But as soon as they do that, go ahead and drop us a message on Twitter or in the Spectrum on what we could make better. As you know, we're just getting rolling this out earlier this year, and what we would love is more feedback, right? Features that we currently have, and like how would you just make it better? We've got a lot of really great positive feedback so far, and we love hearing it. But we want to make sure that we're building a product that people are going to really enjoy using. So if you run into a problem, don't hesitate at all to give us a shout on Spectrum, and we'll try to help you out.
Awesome. Very
Uh,
cool.
Follow me on Twitter at Paul Chin Jr.
Yep. Yep.
And let's see what else is coming up. I also wanted to give one last shout out to our local tech community, the 757 Dev crew. Without it, like you and I wouldn't be connecting, and we wouldn't have had this awesome hour and a half
This is true.
time. So
757
thanks.
represent.
That's right. Be sure to give your meetup organizers a virtual hug right now.
Yeah, yeah, for real. It's rough out there. Cool. From my front, next week coming up, Monday morning, we'll have Orbit where we check out what's going on in GraphQL over the week. We got some nice little tidbits to share there. Our upcoming stream schedule is also available in the panels below. So if you just look down below the live screen on the Apollo Twitch page, you can follow the schedule there. It's also a Google Calendar, and then there's also like a streaming docs page on the Apollo Docs where you can get to all of this stuff as well. Yeah, and as always, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure. Paul, I know this has been super informative for me. I hope it was informative for you as well.
Definitely, definitely. I could watch people use Begin forever, and like just watching
Yeah,
someone else go through it is immensely valuable for us. Seriously.
absolutely. Oh, I bet. Yeah, no, and this was so great. I'm a huge fan of Begin. This looks awesome. It pairs really well with Apollo. And so, yeah, so thanks for doing this. And then who knows, maybe in the future we can build on top of this and look at doing some other stuff, like how we would build out the front end and use Apollo client and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
The journey has just begun, my friend.
I love it. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. So with that, we will bid you all adieu. Thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, we will see you later. Have fun, everybody.
Peace out.